All right, all right, all right, all right. Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on these devil platforms with another message. And I will say this is a lovely early morning in which the Most High God has made. And I, Sister Deborah, shall and I will rest therein. I'm coming this morning with a wonderful message. I am doing something I never done before. I am live here on YouTube, and I am also filming on Facebook. I want to let you all know that this is the first time I've ever upload a message, and I'm going to do it part way. I'm gonna be on YouTube live for probably an hour, hour and a half, but I'm gonna cut very short on Facebook. I just wanted to upload this message also on Facebook, on my Facebook page, because when I woke up this morning, the Father put something so heavy in my spirit, and He done this about a year ago too. And I made several videos regarding. And the topic of this message is the greatest enemy today is righteousness. The greatest enemy today is righteousness. And this is an enemy that was prophesied to take place in the last days. We in the midnight hour. We're not in that hour, you guys. We're not in on the time. We are in the midnight hour, the last hour of the darkness. We're in that. We are in Revelation, walking it up and down. We are about, let me tell you where we are at. We are about at the 14th verse of Revelation. Okay. You can't go into Revelation and read it and get it. See, that's what people think. Just like they think that this new thing says, my truth. You got your truth, I got mine. That is so wicked and evil, because the truth stands side on righteousness side. The truth is not your truth. The truth don't wrap around your feelings, your emotions, your self-centered, your pride, your boasting. Truth stands right with righteous. You see, truth is not your truth, and this is my truth. There's only one truth, and it's staying side on the side of righteousness. And righteousness is the greatest enemy on the face of the earth, because no one wants to stand on the left of righteous, on the right of righteous, behind righteous. No, they want to stand on top of righteous. They don't want righteousness as it was created from the heaven. They want the righteousness that says, this is my truth, and you got your truth, I got my truth. That's the most powerful wickedness that's going on in this day and time, because people really believe truth means something when it's their truth. They don't understand truth means nothing if it's not under or standing side by side with righteous. See, and righteous don't need truth. Righteous is righteous, like until when he told Abraham in the vision, oh, bro, you counted already righteous, because no one never knew that Abraham was righteous from heaven, not from earth. See, that's where the problem is at. People trying to appear to be somebody. People trying to speak to be somebody. People trying to teach to be somebody. They don't know what midnight hour we're in. You're nobody. You're nobody. Only thing stand tall today is righteous. And it is the greatest enemy to the multitude of people. 99.9 righteous is people's greatest enemy. I give the Most High all glory and honor, because I remember back in the end of June, he was telling me, I was saying, oh, Father, are you going to be with me in this? He said, I'm going to be with you, Deborah. I'm going to be with you all the way to the end. And you know what? I was feeling good. I was feeling energized. Oh, the Father is with me. And that what he means is righteousness. And what you choose to do, I said I will support it. See, when you put the Father in front of you on every side and in the back of you, can't nothing intervene. But what the Father did is He was with me to the beginning to the end. Then come Monday, I wake up, he began to load me up. And what he was doing is, he said, I told you I would be with you. Wasn't I with you? Didn't this work? Didn't this work? Didn't this work? And I was like, yeah, Father, it worked. But he said, now it's time to learn from what I supported you in. I had no idea that when the Father was with me from the beginning and the end to see to it that something I desire to work, there's going to be a lesson in it from the Most High God. And the lesson came Monday morning when I woke up. He began to speak to my spirit. He began to tell me, Deborah, I told you all that I have poured into you since you was 4 years old. You've been knowing. You have not used the gifts in which I have embedded in you. Narrow is the gate, and the gate that only those, hallelujah, that knows spirit and truth walk therein. They can't, any and everybody can't walk through that gate, Deborah. But I've suffered you to not only walk in that gate, to find that gate, because that gate got to be found, Deborah. So that's why I supported you in what you wanted to do, because I have said time after time, seek ye the kingdom, and all shall be added unto you. So I was adding to you, me supporting you in this event. But when I woke up Monday, he began to tell me that I was in school. He was schooling me because of what is about to come on. I ain't gonna say it's about to come on. It's already on the earth. The things in which he was showing me in the spirit realm was off the chain. And then I began to say to him, you mean it was all about me? He said, yes, it was about you. You did well. Because you couldn't understand that I was in the midst of everything you set up, even to the end where I wanted you to now stand back and behold all that was involved. And how all the wicked works that was behind me, working against me all the time. And I just give the Most High God all glory and honor, because he stuck with me, y'all, all the way to the end. Then woke me up on a Monday morning and began to tell me the lesson that I had learned. And I began to say to him, I knew it was something in this, because I realized I was on one side. The multitude was on another. And the wicked and evil that was bestowed upon the mindsets was off the chain. Sister Deborah, someone you knew, someone you once knew, you never knew. I am a prophetess in the wilderness. If only you knew what a prophetess was, you would know. I knew something, but I just couldn't figure it out. So Sister Deborah is about to give you all a wonderful message regarding the Spirit teaching me something this morning when I awakened, regarding the greatest enemy. The greatest enemy Sister Deborah should have, because of the righteousness of the Most High God that lives in me, that called me with a holy calling, that have filled me with his Spirit, that has given me the gift of discerning. And I constantly get disciplined by the Most High, y'all, because he wants me to use the gifts in which he has instilled in me. And that is, you try that spirit by the Spirit. See, he ain't telling everybody to do that. He ain't telling 99.9 to do that. He's talking about the righteous one. The one that knows he's in the front of them, on the left side of them, in the back of them. And on all sides, up and down, righteousness is with you. You see, he's talking to them. Try the Spirit by the Spirit. Who can try a spirit by the Spirit except he that knows the Spirit of Yah, which is God? So I'm saying which is God because I am yet on live here on YouTube, but I'm also on live here on Facebook. And I'm going to cut off Facebook because I want to send a message to Facebook. I thank the Most High for my life at 4 years old, even to today. because the Father had a shield around me that kept me from being what everybody else was about. Nope, I didn't get into what everybody else was about. But I had a life that was to train me how to live in righteousness and in the light of God. What is happening today is righteousness is the biggest, the greatest enemy to everybody today. Why? Because they got their own truth now. This is my truth and that's your truth. You see how sick that sound? And they don't even understand, like I told you guys yesterday on live, we are actually today in the Walking Dead. See, people don't understand why the world created the movie Walking Dead. They don't understand many of movies was the light that the Father told Satan he had to leave on. Why? Because he knew that he had a prophetess in the wilderness that needed the light to stay on so that I could see the move of God through even in the world. You see? So I thank the Father for charging Satan to leave the light on, because throughout my life, I saw the light on all my life, but I couldn't say anything because I am separate from the world. The world is not supposed to know who I am. They assume who I am. They think who I am. They want to say who I am, and they will join together to make me who they say that I am. But the Father in heaven said, you are who I say that you are. I was appointed, anointed, predestined before the foundation of the world. And here I am as a prophetess in the wilderness, a servant of the Most High Yah in this midnight hour. You know what this midnight hour means? The wicked of the wicked hour in the last days. So I'm going to turn right now, YouTube. I'm going to turn to Facebook and I'm going to cut them off right now because it went already past 12 minutes. And I say to Facebook, and that's all right with me. All righty. Now, I want to say to you all, I woke up. You see here? Look what I got. I got a cup of coffee here. And the Father was telling me about this righteousness. And I'm trying to grip. Wait a minute now, hold up. You know what he's trying to warn me? Deborah, there's not going to be the presence of righteousness. So what is that saying to you all? What I've been trying to tell you all. Make sure you get spirit and truth in you, because that's what's going to carry you through. It's going to carry you through. Because what I realized, y'all, when I was talking to y'all yesterday, I realized I was learning. See, you're never going to ever in your life have you or will you hear a person say they teaching the multitude or teaching those and learning at the same time. That's when a person have accepted the true teacher, which is the Ruach HaKodesh. The Ruach is saying, you ain't no better than them. While you teaching them, I'm teaching you. You see, I never put myself to where I'm your teacher, I'm your this, I always tell you every time I'm on here just about that the Father told me this, he's teaching me this, he's teaching me this. I'm always in the teaching mode, people. I'm never going to leave off this earth knowing everything. Nowhere near it. And I always told y'all this a year ago. Throughout that year, give or take, I got about 20, maybe 40. But catch me on the other side. And that side is the side of the woman's seed, the spiritual side. Then you're going to be messed up from the floor. Because on that side, I know home. See, on this side, I can't get comfortable because this is not my home. But on that other side, don't come to my turf bothering me, because that's the side you're going to get messed up from the floor up on. You see, if I don't get you with words, y'all going to get you with spirit. That's the one that I come to know. But I woke up this morning and he was talking about righteousness is an enemy to the people. So what do Sister Deborah have? Yah, spirit and truth. And if you don't believe that he is a spirit and he is truth, then you don't have the light to find your way or to see in darkness. Now, I want y'all to understand, when Sister Deborah says spirit and truth and the light, That's just for you to travel in this nonsense. It ain't something to make you feel that, oh, everybody is coming after you. No, they can't come after you. Did you know that? That's the purpose you having the light. That's the purpose of you having spirit and truth in you. Your suitcase is spirit and truth, packed with spirit and truth. So nobody can come up on you. See, you all might think that, okay, Sister Deborah teaching this spirit and truth and the light, but that's your protection, you guys. And if you can't purchase a suitcase, start packing spirit and truth in it, and have a light, then you are not of the light. You are of the darkness. How are you going to find? What did it say? Narrow is the gate that leads to life, and very few shall find it. How are you going to find the narrow gate without the light? And what's the sense of having the light when there's no spirit and truth in you? You see, it's all come one and in hand, people. This stuff is not a rocket science. This is spiritual. See, right now, you all didn't know it as the Hebrew Israelites. You all had no idea why the Hebrew Israelite is starting their kingdom. You got more of Negro men forming into the science. Many of the Hebrew Israelite men got out of their little movement. I call it a cult. And now they're in this science. They seem to think that science now override. Oh, my most high y'all. And the father say, wait a minute, Deborah, wait a minute. That's all well. We know that. I know it. But I'm just reacting to the fact that I'm flesh, and I can't stand the fact that the flesh of human beings, men and women, but mostly men, are being come out of talking I'm awakening and have stepped into science. And the heathens and the Gentiles will receive them 100% as long as they're rolling over to the same belief of Satan, which is science. You see how I see these men moving higher and higher into big speakers and talkers, but it's all about the science. They really think the science overrides spirit and truth. They really do. They give the glory to science. Everything they doing. This, you hear them talking about what's that? AI is a good thing. It's going to teach us to move into different things in life. This is what our black men are saying. So when you hear me talking about the hatred that black people or men are speaking on to get these men to hate their women, because you got to understand. Father, y'all, you going all the way there this morning, ain't you? What he said to me, Deborah, the Antichrist, is it the Antichrist? I think he's saying the Antichrist, they're going to be lover of men. You see how women got to be out of the scenery? See, y'all didn't know that, did you? You look at Obama. He's a lover of men. They are lovers of men. They prefer men. This is what the Antichrist is going to be. And the false prophet. They're going to be lovers of men. So you see today why it's important to bash women. They can't bash white women. They don't hold. Hallelujah. They hold. Father, Yah. Oh, Father, Yah. Praise Almighty Yah. What he's saying to me right now, he's saying, Deborah, the earth bring forth all things. And the earth matches. Black women. Woo, Father, yeah. What is going on? See, this is why black women are hated. Because they are the birth of the earth. Hallelujah. That's why he took a ram from Adam and went away. Turned around, gave Adam the animals and say, here, take this, work with this. I'm getting ready to go over here and make woman. It was lied. It was a lot of lie. Because y'all never told Adam how he did it. He just took a rib, y'all. He took that rib from the side to show you how important a man and a woman are to be with each other. They need to work side by side. If they are of the seed of Satan, they work side by side. Remember the husband and wife who sold their items and kept back some? The man went up to Peter and them and he fell dead. An hour later, the woman went and she fell dead. Why? Because they were one in their wickedness. You get it? So when you don't understand why that rib really exists, the rib didn't exist because the Roman Catholic put woman is going to be called woman because she came out of man. She's flesh and bones. That's not what Yah did. He did not make woman flesh and bone. You did not hear that proceed out of the mouth of the Most High Yah. If you did, you would hear him say it like he said he created man. I created woman out of the flesh of man. That's what he would have said. He did not say that. The man that didn't own up to his one sin, which was Adam, said that. The Father is telling me that that's the reason why Black women are hated on the earth. The Gentiles and the heathens knows the strength of a man is a woman. And that's what they never knew, even to today. Because they made the strength based on what they read that the Roman Catholic had placed in there for them to read. But they didn't have any idea that the Roman Catholics was setting their own way up so that their women can be so far under them, which it was. It's a setup, you guys, from the floor. Even when Yah called his prophetess, when he made her prophet, what would make a creator make a woman ruler in the form of a counselor and a judge over the nations, the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah? Why would Yah do that if woman's worth never been worth anything in his eyes? See, y'all never thought of that. So the reason women, I want to let you all know why you're hated as Black women. And I've heard so many European men talk about how Black women is the most hated women, and white women speak of it on the face of the earth. Because we birthed this wicked earth that we see. When you born of the ground, what ground is any color outside the color of who we are, women? He didn't tell Adam, that she was flesh of your flesh. She came from the ground, the soon, as you came from the ground. That don't make you own the ground and say she now come from you. She is the birth of all creation. So who came from the ground? You came as the seed of Satan, planted here. You see how they messed that up, y'all? That's why I knew it was more to it than woman communing with the serpent. Because what she said to the serpent is not what Yah said to Adam. It didn't make sense. Touching something don't make you sin. Eating it, meaning taking it in, does. She said touch. Even touch. Y'all didn't tell Adam that. So where did that lie come from before she was tempted to the utmost and take it from the tree of evil and good? Where did touch come from? Come on now. Come on. That was a lie. This is showing you how Yah always kept the light on for his servants to know truth. Truth is only found within righteousness. It's a spirit of truth that's found in righteousness. Righteousness is the greatest enemy to everyone today because nobody wants truth. Nobody wants righteous. Nobody wants anything that has to do with the two. So what happened then, Deborah? What you spoke of yesterday, it's the dead is walking here on the earth. That's what that is. It is a walking dead. Now, you hear other prophetess talking about zombies. You hear them talking about zombies all the time. That there's going to be zombies. Baby, this tells Sister Deborah as a prophetess in the wilderness. It makes me realize why I am in the wilderness and they down here fooling you, deceiving you. To me, that's better for me to, it makes me understand it, because I will go with the Father. I said, well, she said she's your prophet. See, I'm the type of person, I take people at face value. And then the Father will say, okay, if she's my prophet, why isn't she speaking spirit and truth? Why isn't she speaking as if the light is in her hand? And it's what he's saying is, I'm your true teacher, Deborah. Let me teach you from the inside out, to where no man can tamper with you. You ain't worried about getting paid. You ain't worried about getting licensed subscribers. This is what the hearts of people have turned into. They will be prophets. They will be prophetess. They will be all kind of things to you. Whatever you want, they will be that in the name of YouTube, Facebooks, Twitters, and all these other pages that's going to put them on a pedestal. But they ain't going to speak. They're not going to be speaking to you all spirit and truth. Why you say that, Deborah? Because I have heard on every last one of these platforms, people call themselves prophetess. All of them talk about zombies. And they don't even understand. You talk about zombies of the world. I'm talking about the zombies that's walking dead on the earth. When you see people walking dead, and walking dead is not only those who you see walking with swords and looking crazy. Those are those who have went all the way. But the ones that you need to be afraid of, not them. You ain't afraid of them because they totally. You're afraid of the ones that's walking dead. That means they dead already. Their spirit is already in the lake of fire, and y'all do not know it. And not literally in the lake of fire, but that's their destiny. So they don't care about what they say. They don't care about what they do. They don't care how they do it, the way they do it. They don't care about killing and how they kill, how they murder, how they steal, how they shoot. When you see all these Hebrew Israelites out here shooting, if you take 1 hour and get on all these news and you see your peoples out there killing one another like it's a game. This is the walking dead, y'all. This is the walking dead. It's not your people, but it's all racists out here. But I want you to look at yours. And the problem that the black, how would I say this? The Negroes always had. They always focus on the outer and never focus on the inner. Meaning, their race, their nation, their people, their women, their children, their husbands, their daughters, their sons, their husband or their wife. They never just stayed into their own. Why do you think every nation works together with their own nation? This is the mystery, y'all. It is a mystery, but it's not a mystery because the Father said it's nothing hidden. But the mystery is, why is it the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah, okay, never never knew what it was like to be unified together, work together, or in the order of all other nationalities. This didn't start on this side, baby, in America or on the four corners when the curse came. This started way back in Genesis. Why is it the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah react this way, and they always had Yah on their side? Because Yah saw them to be the worst of the worst from the beginning. And he says, I'm going to work within the worst of the worst. I'm going to send some of my seeds, which is the woman seed, among the worst of the worst. So when you run your tails around here thinking all the house of Israel is getting up out of here, all the tribe of Judah is getting up out of here, Try taking 1 hour and just scroll. Just take 1 hour today and just scroll over the news. And it's not taken from your Sabbath day. It's bringing spirit and truth to your spirit so you'll see the reality of what's going on. When you see our people out here doing this thing, this is the walking dead. Now, when you focus on every other nation, then you forsake what's going on with your own nation. That's why the Gentiles, the heathens, every other nation works with their nation because they focus on what is within their nation. We are the only people who focus on the outside of our nation and never focus within. Where did that start, Deborah? Way back in Genesis. It's been going on since the beginning of time, y'all. This has been going on since the beginning of time. We have always been a nation. So when you hear y'all say, I heard their cry in Egypt, he heard their cry and he had already chosen them to be the people that he will share more of his concern and his spirit with. So he chose in the Lamb Book of Life his seeds to come up out of who? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Basically, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. David, that's what's the father's seed. So that's why David could have fought the whole time. How can a man of Yah be out fighting all his life? Killing and fighting. It didn't matter what David was doing. He had the seed of the woman in him. He was going to return back to the Lamb Book of Life. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to get y'all to understand, Yah's purpose in the house of Israel, he chose us not on the earth, you guys. He knew your nasty attitude. He knew you hated yourself. He knew that you would always be against your own people, your own loved ones, your own nation, your own kingdom. He knew that before heaven and earth was created. And he said, I'm going to take these wicked people and I'm going to pull me a group out of it. And I'm going to go through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm going to come into Jacob and I'm going to pull some of the seeds of the woman out of Jacob, and then I'm going to bring the Messiah out of the seed, and I'm going to make it a seed, not of a man, but I'm going to make it a seed of a woman, meaning pure, be spiritual, as Abel was in the beginning. Cain was the seed of Adam. Of Adam. Abel was the seed of the woman. Cain was the seed of the serpent. Abel was the seed of the woman. Where did Cain come from? A seed of a man, flesh of a man. That's where he come from. See, that's why y'all didn't know why he was explaining to you in Genesis how he was going to separate the seed. He told us the mystery all the way to Revelation. When you hit Revelation, you see up in there where he said, okay, over Deborah, over here, I got the books. That's for everybody that's dead. It's going to the lake of fire. Over here, I got the book of life. Right here today, you got people right here today that don't give a rat's behind about the powerful message that Revelation has spoken that matches Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. They bump hand in hand. That means he's the beginning and the end. He is Alpha and Omega. See, that's what y'all don't understand. Y'all won't give him the glory. Y'all won't give him the praise. Y'all won't give him the honor because you're so busy trying to give the flesh of a man the power to be God in you. Women, look at Sister Deborah's skin. Look at it. It matches the dirt. That's why the earth is called her. That's why. Because she brings forth all things. So when he looked at you, woman, melanated skin women, you brought forth what you see, monsters. But heaven has separated the from his spiritual seed. So when you bring forth children, it is all you do is the best you know how to give and give, which is true love. It's to give and give. Give yourself, your time, your energy to see to it that they have food, housing, and what they need. After that, that's it. We're giving them too much because we are making them monsters. We ain't making them to see the reality of y'all's creation. We are making them monsters because we're giving them way beyond what they're entitled to. Because we think it's about us women taking on these kids, bringing them up. Then you bring them up, you wonder, what's wrong with that child? Why is that child as this? Why is that child as that? Women don't even understand. They look at even their teenagers having children as something good. Who wants to have a baby in this day and time? Ooh-wee. Deborah, you're going to be in trouble. You're going to be in trouble. I hear the Most High, y'all. Let me go there. Let me tell you what he said. This is when I got on here. Watch this here. Let me go there. I already got a pen on it. Isaiah chapter 58. Cry loud, Deborah. Spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. So what is going on today? Righteous is ever present. But you can't show Jacob their sin because Jacob don't see their sin. You can shout loud, and it's just like the father telling Aaron and Moses, go tell, let me show you my experience, y'all. Listen to my experience. The father tell Aaron and Moses, go tell Pharaoh to let the people go. But when you get there, I'm going to make sure he don't let them go. Hold up, Father, y'all, what's going on? As a teenager, I questioned that, y'all. See, that's why I was telling y'all, Sister Deborah didn't start speaking like she's doing today. I was talking like this. I'm talking to you, to God. I was communing with him straight. Wait a minute. That ain't right. That don't sound right. I wanted to know truth in the spirit form. I didn't want to just live running my mouth what I think. I wanted to know spirit and truth for what it was in the heavens, not what it is on the earth in the way that man has turned it into. You see? So listen to what he said. Isaiah 58, cry loud. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to, Father, y'all? Spare not. Who are you talking to? Lift up where is it? Lift up thy voice. Who are you talking? What do Sister Deborah be doing when she on here? Lifting up her voice. You see? Shout loud. Did not? Wait a minute. Hold up. Is that not what it says in Isaiah 58? Cry loud. Spare not. That be no hold back. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet. Show your people their transgression. Why are you trying to get me to show the heathens and Gentiles? I don't get that. These Negroes, these people that Yah has been trying to chastise since Genesis, all they want you to do is focus on the heathens and the Gentiles. And they never, ever, ever, ever focus on their own nation. Never did. Never did. They only brought hate, destroy their own nation. They are the only people that destroy their own nation. Isn't that something? But you want me to step out of talking to the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah and go over there and talk about the heathens and Gentiles in the world. No. My calling was for the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah, and to judge your butt up and to judge your butt down. The more you talk like this, the more they start to clam down. Because what happens is they don't want to hear it. With Satan, going back to what he said, righteous is the greatest enemy on the face of the earth today. Anybody bringing righteous spirit and truth, they don't want to hear it, and they're not going to hear it. You're going to see them come in and squirt like a snake, slither on out. They'll come in, the next thing you know, they're going to slither on out because they need to go out, because they are not of the seed of the woman. They are the seed of Satan. You see what I'm saying? We know a woman don't carry the seed, but he's letting you go on top of a woman and say, I am the seed in which this woman going to carry. Those are my anointed ones. Do you say that Abel and Cain did not Eve birth? Now hear this, y'all. Get a piece of pencil, write this down. Eve birthed Abel and Cain, Cain and Abel. She birthed them out. But one was the serpent seed, and the other one was the woman's seed, which is a spiritual seed. Not Eve's seed, but a woman's seed in the spirit realm. Y'all call everything from him female. You didn't know that. He even called the house of Israel daughters, wife. You see? Because that's how he has orchestrated it from heaven. He's been sending messages. But what we did is, like I say, you have the greater of Negroes taking on science. Now, what the science come to do is to get you locked into the Satanism that has taken over the earth. The principalities in high places that's now down, they are taking over the mindsets to make these men think that they know the greater power that rests within the science. And they don't know that that's the part that Satan has dominion over. So you can have it. Then it takes you away from a spiritual creator. It takes them away from the Most High Yah, who he is, and let them rumble over where they're serving. That's why he said this parable as to the workers were saying, even though the tare grew into the wheat, do you want us to separate them, tie them up, and put them in fire? He said, no, let them grow together. Praise the mighty God. Let them grow together. I will do the separation. Why was it important that he do the separation? Because the separation was already done in the heavens before the foundation of the world. How do you like him now? See, they don't want to hear that. Nobody don't want to listen to that because it's called spirit and truth. Everybody want to listen to this trash that's on this devil platform. And did y'all know that people who can't receive what I'm saying, they are the serpent seed? Because the serpent slithers in and slithers out. They can't embrace what Sister Deborah is saying. Because what they have heard all their life is the opposite of what I'm speaking today. Why? Because they have sat under the serpent seed for so long. That's all they know. That's all they can embrace. That's all they can love on and like. That's why they support the serpent seed. They support the serpent seed in everything on this earth. Worldly, they support the serpent seed. But when you come up and live spiritual and speak in spirit and truth with the light in your hand, no one can hear that. No one would serve that. No one would think of that. No one would support that. Because the righteous is not here to gain the gift of the earth. They're to gain the gifts of the spirit that's being set up in the heavens for them. You see, they know already the greatest gift is what's in them. They know that's their reward. It's what rests in them that teaches them from the inside out. So you got people who are out here preferring to want the serpent seed and not know you ain't nothing but the serpent seed, baby. You see, you are the walking dead and don't know it. Okay, so people say, this is the part that I know, and I already know it because I think that's really what he's preparing me for. Is the sad part is about it is to see your children, your family members walk into the serpent seed as the serpent seed. To see that. Why do you think he told me 2 years ago, I've given you the spirit of endurance? Because he knew I'm going to need it. With what I be talking about, I'm going to need something. Because the way he uses me, and he's greater in me, I'm going to need something to endure in my flesh. Because I'm flesh and I'm spirit. And the spirit of who I am, the Ruach reside in it. And did he give me gifts? Yes. But he's saying your flesh is going to endure. What is that I'm going to endure? Seeing your loved ones, your friends, be walking dead, going nowhere but to the lake of fire, and they don't know it. They don't even know it. And the more I think of it, because he taught me it yesterday when I was speaking to you all, the walking dead is in Revelation. It's in Revelation. Those are those who are already dead. They don't even have to wait for the grave to be buried in it. And that's something, okay, now I'm going to say it again. They don't have to wait for the grave to be buried. That's their flesh. Their spirits are dead. When they stand before the Most High Yah, it's hell-bound 100%. Lake of fire 100%. Because they were dead on the earth. They were walking on this earth dead. They have no spirit and truth. They have no light. They speak no positive. They have righteous not on either side of them. They don't have righteous in front of them. They don't have righteous in back of them. What they have is the words of another flesh of a man that also are walking dead. So this is why he says, seek ye the kingdom. Because see, if you don't seek the kingdom first, you're going to seek man, the flesh of man. And you're going to go in that direction, and you're going to find out, are you the wheat or are you the tare? That's those twos, the wheat and the tare. When the disciple was disappointed in Yeshua, because they was trying to figure out, well, why are you telling them this in a parable and you telling us this? There go the twos. You all are lost without a cause if you think the Creator can't split up what is his versus what is Satan. He did it in Genesis 3:15. That's the whole idea of letting the serpent know. You ain't got away with nothing, baby. What you have is what I gave you. But what's over here is the woman's seed. That's mine. And I'm going to put something there so you will never be able to come up on it. And that's why Sister Deborah stand here before you. I am a woman seed. And not so much as a fleshly body of a woman. It is spiritual. That's why he turned around and he gave y'all what? Try the spirit, by the spirit. There go the two. No Hebrew Israelite man will break those twos down because it'll make them the liar that they always been on this devil platform. And the walking dead, this is how deep the walking dead is. Let's take 100. Out of 100, 8 is not. 82 is walking dead. That's why the gate is narrow. And it's very narrow. And he said, very few shall find. See, all these things I'm saying to you and these verses I'm quoting, they don't want to receive none of that, y'all. They don't believe in none of that. They don't want to hear that. That's why he said when I woke up, righteous is the biggest enemy on the face of the earth, Deborah. Righteousness is. Because it stands with spirit and truth. It stands holding up the light. They don't want that. Now, I would say somebody like me who been in this class with the Ruach for years, I would say to him, wait a minute. If this many was going, why did they come? Woo-wee! See, I asked him questions that's beyond a question that man cannot answer. I was 18 when he told me, I'm going to be your teacher. Because you asked too many questions that man cannot answer. When he told me that, I came up. I was just laughing. And I was like, oh my Yah. I heard the voice of Yah. I mean, I heard him so crisp and so clear. He said, I'm going to be your teacher. Why? He was always my teacher. It's just that I began to ask the questions that the world couldn't answer. And he knew it. I would never get my answer if I had to run to a man or a woman. You see? But he created me that way. Why? Because I seeked him first. Not flesh, but him. That's why I was young, being able to sit there and listen to a pastor preach and teach and knew he was lying. Knew it wasn't the word of God. You ain't going to hear nobody tell you that. I'm not afraid to say that. I'm not afraid of the gospel. Who said that? Paul. He said, I'm not afraid of the gospel, for it is the power of Yah. Praise the mighty God. And that is what has happened today. People are afraid of the gospel because it teaches them out of their comfort zone. It teaches them out of the area what they are so used to being deceived with. They can't stand not being deceived. And the reason why they can't stand not being deceived, because they rest in the serpent seed. How can you come out of the serpent seed, Deborah? Can you? No, you can't. Sister Deborah told y'all that today, in this day and time, you should know who you are. You should know, am I the serpent seed or am I from the woman seed? See, what they did is they taught it in a way that you won't find your way home. And that's what has happened. Many that the lesson that I taught yesterday, the coal of silence, has went to rest in the bosom of the coal of silence without the spirit. And they have chosen to go in that area. Are they going to make it back home? Yes, they are. But they're going to have to go through some fire. Why? Because they went away from that first love again. As always. Judah always did that. Israel always did that. They always wanted an idol God. They never wanted the creator for who he is. And here we are today in the same position of Adam and Eve in the garden. We have the two trees present. But only thing, it ain't a choice anymore. It's not the choice, should I go here or should I go here? Everybody have already taken from the tree because heavens has already branded you to come back to the lake of fire or come back to the eternal heaven. You already, what can you do down on earth that'll change what heaven's already orchestrated? Nothing. That's why people say, okay, I'm going to enjoy my life. And they didn't never know. You never had a life. You were just too ignorant to know it. You had a spirit that let your flesh live out of it. Those are the people who are the seeds of the serpent. Why do you think he said, he that is born of the flesh and he that is born of the spirit? Why do you think he said that? Why do he say that the flesh fights against the spirit of those that are born of the spirit, and the spirit fights up against the flesh? They are intimate. They are enemies between one another. That's why the one that's born of the spirit crushed the head of he that is born of the flesh. And that's something Sister Deborah does on this Devil platform, telling you how these men are, telling you how these pastors, these leaders, these prophets, these prophetess. So it goes back to what? Isaiah chapter 58. Cry loud, spare not, lift up thy voice and show my people. That's when you crush the head of the serpent. You crush the head of the serpent with your heel. Your heel is the steps that Yah has ordered. Your steps that Yah has ordered has caused you to crush the plans of the serpent. So you go into this here, Isaiah 58, cry loud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. Show my people their transgression and the house of Israel their sin. How can Sister Deborah show somebody their transgression? How can Sister Deborah show somebody their sin? Through the Ruach HaKodesh that's full up in me on this mission. Who is he telling to do this? Somebody who has something. He's not telling you if you don't have what the tools that he has given you to do this. He's talking to the body of Hamashiach. Hamashiach is the head. And he sent out those that's in the body that's called to work in the body. The power controls the body. and send them out, because he knows that these that's in the body has received the tools from the Most High God to do the what? The work in the church, among the saints. And he sends Sister Deborah out, and he says, cry loud, spare not, almost to the point where he's charging me. If you don't do it, listen to what it said. Cry loud, spare not. That means don't hold back, Deborah. Lift up thy voice. Don't you hear me lifting it up? Like a trumpet. My voice don't sound as loud as a trumpet, but this is as loud as it can get. So if you wonder why Sister Deborah be yelling and be hollering, go back and read. But you can't if you don't have the Ruach. Because the Ruach will tell you this sister is on the mountaintop, telling you what the wilderness has taught her to give you. These people are in their books, and in these books, teaching you from books to books to books, of flesh to flesh to flesh. And you're eating it up like a full meal deal to the flesh. But that shows who you are. So people who comes in to my page, even to my chat, and they run out, it's because those are the serpent. They can't stand. They can't stand those that are of the seed of the woman. Why? Because the seed of the woman come to crush their head. So they get out of here. I told y'all yesterday, don't come over here bother me. Because I'm the seed of the woman. I'm born of the Spirit. My steps has been ordered by y'all to crush the serpent every time he gets in the presence. They can come onto my page. That's why people come on, stay a long time, then leave. You know why they leave? Because they are the serpent seed and they ain't figured it out. They have not figured it out. What do you think that Yeshua was saying when he said, all that thou hast given me, I have not lost one? He was saying that only those that you have given me. And how did he give them? He gave him 12 out of a trillion. Now, I ain't gonna say trillion, out of million, billions. He only gave him 12 because he know to get any more will be in the broad gate. So he gave him enough to go into the narrow gate, to send them, the 12 disciples, through the narrow gate. That's how awesome Yah is. He got his hand picked from heaven. Hallelujah. Then as I go to Isaiah 58, and I begin to see where he says, my people, their transgression. Why is he saying my people? Because I am of the house of Israel and the tribe of Judah. I am from the tribe of Judah and of the house of Israel. I am to show you your transgression. But when you are the serpent seed, you are to come up against me. That's why you come into my page and you slither on out, because you already know that you're the serpent that don't want your head crushed. Bam! Get off of Sister Deborah's page right now. You see what I'm saying? This is why they slither in, and y'all might be thinking, oh, you know, they coming in, they going, or they're not in the chat. No one cares. The chat, they don't even understand. They can't be the serpent seed. Day after day, year after year, constantly keep coming to this page. Even when Sister Deborah say things that's out of their standards, out of their understanding, or it's caught up in their feelings and their emotions. They can't seem to understand, why do I keep coming back? Because you are not of the serpent seed. That's why. You're not the serpent seed. Only the serpents slither out. I told y'all that last night. You notice they don't come to my page with all that mess. They don't come. They sit, they listen, they pay attention, but they get the you know what out of here, because they know who Sister Deborah is in the spirit realm. That's why. So as you look here, he's telling you to my people. Then he said in Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, I think it is, my people perish. Here it is again. He calling them my people. Their transgression, Deborah, and the house of Jacob, meaning the 12 tribes, their sins. Who is the Most High to send the elects that is chosen to judge the house of Israel? Why am I here to judge it? It's because I'm the judge, their transgression and their sin before it's too late. And guess what? We in the midnight hour. It's too late. It is finished. So a lot of times when I'm trying to talk to you all, I'm saying that it doesn't matter to me if it's one. Praise, because that one is elected by Yah, not by Deborah. That one is on this page by the Spirit of the Most High Yah. The one is consists of the narrow gate. See, y'all, it don't matter. It don't mean that, oh, I'm gonna go on a page where there's a lot of people. That's the dead. That's the dead. Let me show you something. I'm going to say something right here. I'm going to show you something. So I sit back and I see why I heard several people quote this verse, but this verse was given to me to upload onto Facebook, this short message that I did on Facebook when I came on live. And I like that because he's telling me, and I'm going to be honest with you, y'all might not know this here. I don't come in over in this turf. In that area right there, I think maybe in my whole life, I stepped in Isaiah 58, cry loud, spare not, lift up, probably twice. Isn't that deep? That shows you that what it says here, I don't need to go here to teach this thing. It is not something to teach, it's something to do. It ain't something to preach, it's something to do. And see, I was already doing this because of my position in the body of Hamashiach as a prophetess. This is why they want women to keep quiet. This is why they want you to keep silent. Because if Yah said, I call you with the holy calling, go prophesy. You can't go because you under that authority of the flesh that says you're supposed to keep silent. Peter, Paul, John, Mark, Luke could not override Sister Deborah. I'm called as a servant of the Most High Yah, like my brothers. Yah is not looking at me as they males and you females. See, that's what they didn't know. And let me tell y'all something about that, because y'all do not know. In Yah, there's no male and no female. In Yah, there's no white, there's no black. In Yah, there's no Greek, there's no Gentile. Let me tell y'all, in Yah is spirit and truth. Y'all ain't caring about all this mess that they trying to teach y'all, because they teaching you today how to hate at the highest capacity, and they entitled to. So tonight, when I come back at 7 p.m., I'm going to speak to those who are walking in spirit and truth with the light. I'm going to show you how it's okay for the walking dead to walk dead. I'm going to break that thing down in so much spirit and truth. The whole world, if they come to this page, they're going to be bent up and they're going to be bent down. They're going to know automatically, am I the serpent or am I the seed of the woman? They're going to already know, am I born of the flesh or am I born of the spirit? Sister Deborah going to break that thing down and break it up and down till it is destroyed. So those that are of the spirit shall know that we are living in the days of the walking dead. So you can know Yah has given him dominion, y'all. That's why he had to mark his in Revelation. I'm like saying, wait a minute, you got to telling these angels to mark yours in the forehead. Ain't we already marked? No, Deborah, you marked in the spirit. I need to mark you in the flesh. So this earth to do anything, but they'll go around you. You see? That's what it's about, y'all. That's why, bam, you marked in the flesh. I was thinking the other day, y'all, and this is, y'all probably said, well, Sister Deborah, why are you thinking like that? I was in there straightening up my bed yesterday morning, and I said, you know what? All this that thou hast given me, if I at any time not be who you said that I am, I don't care. I'm going to speak about who you are, what you are, the rest of my life. And I can go to hell doing it. But I will speak on my Father in heaven. I will tell y'all I'm going to give him the glory, the honor, the praise. It ain't never been about this world. It ain't never been about Satan's serpents. This is their time. This is the evil days in which he spoke of. He's giving it to them. So that's why we can get on here and hoop and holler about what the heathens and the Gentiles doing and what they playing, how they going to kill. Wait a minute. Pull up my Father in Revelation. Everything you telling the Gentiles doing like they got the power to do it. You got to bag that thing up with Revelation. Revelation showing you that Yah is doing it, not them. And when you see that, that's where the fear of y'all come in. Oh, that's my father. That's my father doing that. That's my father. Because you realize, wait a minute, this is your father. The one you serve. Since you was 4. He doing that. Ain't nowhere in the world he's going to give the keys to an angel from heaven to come down to open up the bottomless pit to get this beast out of the pit to take him so he can go kill the 2 witnesses. Come on now. That's y'all. He gonna give a key to an angel, tell him go down there, open up the hair down in the ground, open it up, let the smoke come out, and those that's down there and those serpents come up. Come on now, who wait a minute, who gave that angel that key? Praise the Almighty y'all. Y'all don't know who you messing with, and that's what I'm gonna teach at 7 p.m. Central. I'm tired of teaching things that seem like they're not effective, but the Father said it is food for the spirit, Deborah. It is spirit and truth. It's nothing you getting on there saying. It's where their spirit is at, and it's okay if it's one. That's the thing y'all don't understand. It ain't important to Deborah that it's more than one, because one, you got to understand we are in this as one. Everything we do is as one. So when Sister Deborah said as one, that means I got somebody that's walking in the light, that's walking with spirit and truth, even if it's one, because in y'all, one is many. See, y'all didn't know that, did you? Y'all didn't know that. But see, that's how we don't know, and we escape so many things. Now listen to this here. I want to show you in Matthew's. Let me see what time I got to stop. In the book of Matthew's, verse 24. In the book of Matthew's, verse 24. When everything is over, okay, and it's time for everything to be collected from the nations, and he shall, in verse 32, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another. Praise the mighty God. Hold up. See right there, y'all? Everything Sister Deborah is telling you leading up to twos, you got to separate yourself those or the other. That's what you have to do. You have to look in within yourself and say, am I this one or am I this one? Which one am I? So if the reason why you see them come in and slither out, those are the serpents. They can't handle nothing, Sister Deborah said, because it's too heavy. Their heads. That means their head is their plans, their idea, their mindset, their ways, their manipulation, the way they understand. It'll crush it, and they'll be lost in darkness. So they get up out of here before this lady say something that'll crush their heads. That's the serpent. That's why you can see them coming in and out, slithering in and out in the message. You might can't see it, but I can see it from here. But that's why they do that. They don't understand it. They just being them. Now, in Matthew's 25, this is what you need to look at this. Look at this here. Matthew's 25 and 32. Yeshua is giving us a whole overall of the end. Watch this here. And verse 32. Matthew 25 and verse 32. And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another. Sister Deborah is a prophetess in the wilderness. I'm shouting loud. I'm giving you spirit and truth. I'm giving you the light. I'm showing you the way to the narrow gate. If you cannot come from that end, you are a serpent seed. You are born of the flesh. He is not going to send another one and another one and another one. You're either going to hear his or get your butt out of the way and go where you need to go. Why? Because his is going to follow the gate that is narrow. They're not going to find a way where they can get out of what they think, what they can get out of what they understand, where they can get out of what they want to say, what they think and what they feel. They don't get caught up in all of that. They want spirit and truth. They want to have the light so they can minister to people while they're on their way and to the narrow gate. They ain't got time to hear all this yang, 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 yang. You see, while you hear a lot of prophets talking about zombies, Sister Deborah telling you the zombies are those that's in the dead in Revelation. See, they talking flesh. I'm talking spiritual. You see, you can't see the zombies, but you can see the actions of the zombies because they dead. So when you seeing all this stuff going on, those are the zombies, y'all. Y'all said they already dead, Deborah. They walking dead. Praise somebody, y'all. So in Matthews, here we go again. Sister Deborah was trying to teach y'all the tools. There go the tools again. Listen to this. Matthew 25 and verse 32. And before him should be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another. Remember that division in Genesis chapter 3, verse 15. Genesis chapter 3, verse 13. You remember intimacy between the woman seed and the serpent seed? He was separate. He was telling you, I did that from heaven. I did that from heaven. We got the book of life and we got the books. The books of the dead, that's what they call y'all. The books of the dead goes to the lake of fire. But the book that's open, the one single book goes to the book of life. Been separated already, baby. You see, you're already separated. You run around here acting a monkey with all these people, these family members, these co-workers, these neighbors, when you can just let it go. Because there's no need, and they dead, y'all. They walking dead. Stop trying to convince your wife, trying to convince your husband, trying to convince your children. Just walk in the light. And if they see your light, and they wanted and they desired that light, that pin needle light that's in them will spark up and walk with you. Outside of that, let them go. Because when you looking to try to get your family and your babies and all your kids and your grandkids to follow, you ain't doing nothing but going down a rabbit hole that you need to go down because you serve the serpent seed. Because here in 32, separate the two. Going back to the twos. And I told y'all that, and I keep saying that to y'all because I think I done told y'all that probably 20 million times. You know, I'm just saying 20 million, but I'm just saying, I've told you too many times. You got to be able to separate yourself from what is and what is not. That's the whole idea of the greatest fear is righteousness. Why? Because righteousness will cause you to separate yourself from what is not righteous. If you in a relationship and it is not righteous, it will separate you from that relationship. Righteous would. It'll take you on home, meaning take you to an area where you need to be away from that which is not serving your Yah. Okay, in spirit and truth. Everybody said they serving the Most High God. Everybody serving God. Everybody serving Jesus Christ. Everybody said they serving Yeshua HaMashiach. Everybody said they serving Yah. But are they serving Yah? Yah said. Or are they serving me, Deborah? Yah said. Think about that. Now, in Matthew 25, verse 32, look at how he's separating. And he shall separate one from another. So what's wrong with Sister Deborah teaching this message in the last 3 or 4 days? Separating the two. How many times have I, all this week, was trying to get you to understand you got to walk in this thing separate. You can't walk together. You have nothing in common. I don't care if you was married 100 years. There's nothing in common. You have to be able to separate. And there's another way to separate here and here. Be who you are the best that you know how in Yah. That's separated. Even though you still in the midst. But don't come over on this side. Don't come on this side. Because that's the silent. He that is silent within will join and rest with he that is silent without. The one without does not have the Ruach HaKodesh. But the one that has the Ruach HaKodesh, they join the one that don't have because that's what they want to rest with. In the flesh, they want to be with it. They want to understand it. They want to get it to try to come to your side. You can't. Heaven says he's already orchestrated the beginning to the end. It ain't nothing you can come in the heaven and mess with. Not even Yeshua, the Son of Man. He can't even mess with him. He got his butt on the throne, sitting down, waiting for the right hand of the Father, which is his power, to give him the next move to make. Now, here in Matthew chapter 25 and 36, listen to this. And he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divide his sheep from the goats. Notice goats has an S. That's the dead that's walking on the earth, y'all. That's the dead that's walking on the earth. They got an S to it because it's just that many. The broad gate is many. And the sheep is one. Because we that are found in righteousness, as the woman's seed, we are one. We are not many. We are one in this. But in the goats, Satan has many. Okay, so this right here shows you exactly, listen to this, as the shepherd divides his sheep from the goat. Now you go back to Genesis chapter 3, verse 15, and I would put enmity between thee and the woman, between thy seed and her seed. See, he already put it in there, y'all. Not a man on this earth who said he's a bishop, apostle, a priest, a pastor, Maureen, a seer, a watchman, a nothing, a king, a ruler, or nothing can do this type of separation. For it is in heaven and it is finished. We can't even go in heavens and pray this thing to change. We can't think this thing to change. We can't even want this thing to change because it's not going to change our way. It is sealed in heaven to go exactly the way Yeshua breaking out again and telling us it's going to go. Okay? He's sitting here telling you right here in Matthew 25 and 32. Then he come back to 32, 33. Matthew 25 and 33. And he shall set the sheep on his right. Praise the Most High God. And the goats on his left. Who say that my Father don't rule? Who out there have the audacity to say that the Most High Yah don't rule? He's already done the separation. We down here acting a monkey. We acting a monkey because we wants to make him what we want to make him. And we fail to understand. He said, your thoughts are not my thoughts. Your ways are not my ways. But guess what? When you walk and make him your first and your last, and you seek him while he can be found, and you understand his spirit and truth, and you got the light in your hand, guess what? You understand his thoughts. You understand what he does, his thoughts, and the way he think and the way he feels. You know it. Why? Because now him that says you don't, your thoughts is not his thoughts, your ways are not his ways. He's telling you the flesh. But when I come to abide in you, then the ways that I say that is your ways, that's not my ways, become your ways. And my thoughts become your thoughts. Why? Because now I'm in you. I'm in you. And I let you know greater is he with the thoughts of his own, with the ways of his own, is greater than you. Because now I'm in you. And you begin to understand his thoughts. You begin to understand his ways, because his ways chastise you. His ways discipline you. His ways correct you. That's why he's so great in you. See, he ain't great in you just to be great in you. He great in you because he ruled anything out of order. He gets it straight. That's why nobody can't tell you, hold the commandments, keep the commandments, because you can't keep the commandments in this nasty flesh. Commandments cannot be kept in the flesh. He that created the commandments rest in you. So what commandments you trying to keep? Wait a minute. Hold up. He that is greater in thee is greater than anybody in the world. Who in this world trying to tell Deborah how to uphold commandments when greater is he that created the commandments that rest therein? See, that's what we keep forgetting. That's why it says they deny the power therein. And that's what the world has done since the beginning of time. And they're still doing it to today. They have denied the power that is within. They denied it. So denying the power shows you that they are born of the flesh. They are the serpent seed because they deny the power. You see? And that's what Sister Deborah continued to tell you all. You don't have to deny the power if you are spirit and truth. But if you deny the power, then that's why you're not spirit and truth. You're walking dead right here today. In this midnight hour, this is what you see, the walking dead. Now, something else I said I think there's a need to be expounded. When you get on this devil platform and you hear people talking about wars and rumors of wars and what China is doing and what Russia is doing and zombies and all these things of the world. This is what they're teaching y'all. They teaching you the things of the world. Like people come to me saying, when Sister this said that we're going to go on ships. Why are you somebody telling you how he's going to do it? Why is it we just don't lay our head on his bosom and say, Father, your will be done. Just wake me up when we get there. You know, stop trying to tell the Father how it's going to be done because some flesh woman who said that they are prophet or prophetess told you, and you wants to question every prophet when which one it is. Go take your tail over to that person and continue to eat the food from their plate. Because I can guarantee you they are not giving you spirit and truth. They cannot give you a pin needle of light so that you may find your way in darkness. They're going to continue to feed you that which can feed their family from the level of YouTube. They're going to pull a lot of stuff on your plate to make you feel real good in your flesh, just so you can keep coming to make their likes and subscriber rise so they can get a check at the end of the month. The people just don't get it. This is how far gone people are. Because Yah is not giving people visions and dreams about zombies and about the way the Walking Dead zombies are when it's not matching Revelation. Revelation told you this is the Walking Dead right here. It's lawlessness. Those are the Walking Dead. That's walking in lawlessness. They're revealing who they are. See, a lot of people go down into Cleveland and all these downtown areas. You see these people, zombies. They look like, as you would call it, zombies. They take those and look at them and say, oh, they the zombies. These people on drugs are the zombies. That's flesh, y'all. That's people who teach in flesh. That's people who understand it in the flesh realm. When Sister Deborah come to pull up on you and tell you that is of the flesh. Of the spirit is Revelation chapter 20. Those are the walking dead. The one you look at, think they living in your family, in your workplace, in your neighborhood, your neighbor next door. These are walking dead. That's why when that, how would I say that? When they have reached their days of evil, their whole plan is to start racial war. And it's already started, y'all. See, y'all missed it. This was the walking dead that was present before you, and you still missed it. Everything they doing, they got to have a racial war. Why? The racial war is going to start with, I'm going to tell y'all something y'all didn't know. Matthew 24 and verse 7 talk about nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. So these Negro men who say they are awakened, they're going to be tried by the great fire of the Most High Yah. And it's not going to be so much as they're going to be tried. You go to Isaiah chapter 3 and verse 25. This is where they're going to get destroyed. Because what has happened on the earth, people have taken on this own theory, their own theory of understanding. And the Father says, because it is lawlessness, people are not getting it, Deborah. So what happens is get worse. Now it has to happen where they can fully see. And when they fully see, they're going to go cuckoo because they're already cuckoo because they're going to want to fight back. You ain't going to have nothing to fight with. Negro men are out here using their guns on each other. That shows you the mindset of who Judith is. While you run around trying to put Judith on a holy standard, Judith is the seed of the serpent. Israel is the seed of the serpent. Only thing about it all was Yah took out his and sealed them in the spirit realm. And while they're sealed in the spirit realm, they still got to walk the earth until the Father took them to the promised land. And from there, he do as he pleased, putting back in them that was which was in them that was filthy and cleaning them up. Okay, so what you thinking about Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, y'all, that was all a lie. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob was the seed of the woman. They came here as a seed of the woman like Abel did. Cain was the seed of the serpent. Abel was the seed of the woman, okay, which is spirit. These seeds are what you call spirit born of the spirit. The other seed is he that is born of the flesh. That means people gonna walk their flesh life, they flesh understanding, they flesh feelings, they flesh desires, they flesh emotions, and they gonna make their God their fleshly way. They're not gonna lean to him, the things which are spirit and truth, or to have the light to walk in darkness. They don't need that. They have walked so many years in this area as a great multitude, and many have followed them by great numbers. They're not going to switch over. Okay, they're not. They can't switch over because heaven has already divided them. He was just giving Satan the lowdown. You think Satan didn't know it? He knew it in the garden. He knew it in the garden. God told Adam, okay, this one right here is the tree of life. And this one here is the tree of evil good. What did Adam do? He left that one, took his wife and him straight over to this one. Because how did Eve know the difference? How did she know which was which when all this was given to him in the garden, not her? See, it's a lot of things that people never question. They never answer. But God said that in the end days, knowledge will increase. That same knowledge in Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. What did he say? My people perish, Deborah. He don't say perish. He said is destroyed. Due to what? Knowledge. So in the end days, knowledge is going to increase. Knowledge in the spirit realm is a form of also dividing who's who and what's what. You see what I'm saying? It's a form of dividing. Because when in Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, was it Hosea chapter 4, verse 6, my people, he called you his people, but he said they destroyed. They are destroyed. He's let you know you're going to get your tail destroyed. And it has to do with knowledge. Because you all think the knowledge is for you in your flesh to understand. And you in your emotions, in your feelings, in your personal opinion. And these pastors are teaching y'all based on their mood swings, their feelings, their emotions, their control, their power, their rulership. That's the way they're teaching you all. And the people are falling for it so hard. I mean, they just gripping and eating it like they're getting a 4 meal deal out of it. And it's okay. They are getting a 4 meal deal out of it. And it's a good thing for them because this is their portion. It's what they're getting on earth. This is your portion. But when you wake up to glory, know that the book, when you stand before the throne, you are in the books of the dead. So heaven's already see you dead. I'm going to tell y'all right now. Heaven see them dead already, y'all. That's why you see people doing things that they should not be doing. You don't see how crazy it's getting? Because these people are walking dead. They don't see no wrong. They don't see no error. Don't you see even the heathens and the Gentiles? They don't care about killing you and getting glory. Killing you and getting off with it. This is walking dead. It's lowliness. Lowliness is the walking dead, people. Go back to the movie. Notice the walking dead was lawlessness. Why? Because this was nobody doing anything right. Everything was done wicked and evil. Then where do it go back to? Father, I just want to just say thank you. Then it takes you right back to Genesis chapter 6, verse 5. And Yah saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of their thoughts, of their hearts, were only one thing: evil continually. Now tell me this is not the Walking Dead we in. And but just guess what? In the movie The Walking Dead, they were first started off in one city. They went to the next one and then went to the next one. And that's all they kept doing, traveling. And as they traveled, there were just so many, majority all dead people in each area they traveled to. And what was the dead going after? You dead. You bleeding. You don't have an arm. You don't have a leg, but you still walking. Yah is sending a message through you or to you. Those that are in spirit and truth, that has the light. This is a light that's being turned on brightly so you can see. You are living in The Walking Dead. The movie vouch for what you are at, where you are at today. These people are already written in the books for their works of what? Wicked and evil as the serpent seed. They're going down just as the serpent and the beast, the false Christ, the false prophet. They ain't fighting. They ain't fighting, y'all. They going freely to the lake of fire, like unto those that's in the books. Your works is already written. You are going to the lake of fire. So you can stand on this devil platform and try to make Deborah not who she is all you want. I started in the heavens, not on the earth. So I don't rumble your way. I don't think like you think. I don't feel like you feel. I am loaded with the Ruach HaKodesh. It's in me. I have respect for him being greater in me. That means I'm nothing, but he's all that and some. I refuse to live under the flesh of man when I know he that created the beginning to the end is greatly to be feared. I will not accept the words of the flesh of men and women in this day. When the Ruach has taught me in the wilderness what's what and what is, what shall come. He's given me the insight. What does it look like for me to get on a devil platform day after day and give you something to soothe your flesh to think you on top of something? No, you got to put that flesh under your feet and let your spirit rise and run on in the name of the Most High Yah, and not in the name of your flesh, your ways, your thoughts. Know that greater is he that is in you, is the one that created the beginning and the end. He created the commandments, y'all. He is the commandments. Now, if he's the commandments and he living in you, who on the outside tell you how to uphold something that's greater already in you? See, when you put Yah where he needs to be in you, guess what? Nobody can say nothing to you. You'll see exactly all these things that people are saying that is not righteous. You can see straight through everything. The good thing about it, the difference from Deborah and many people, I could see. So that shows what? A brighter light. He has given me a brighter light that I may see these things. You see, that is what? Before me. And that's what I come to bring you all. Food for the spirit with the light to show you the way to the narrow gate and let you know the narrow gate is two. There's two gates, going back to two, the broad gate and the narrow gate. Which way are you headed? Which way are you feeling this time? What is in you greater to show you the direction to which gate is which? No one seems to preach and teach spirit and truth. No one seems to teach the people about the narrow gate and the broad gate. No one seems to teach the people what took place before the foundation of the world. And I noticed that. I look back at that and I said, Father, why ain't these prophets and these prophecies teaching beyond a book? Why ain't they giving these people spirit and truth? Why ain't they showing them to your light? Why ain't they giving them your truth? It's no such thing as my truth. I'm not going to sit on no devil platform and tell you it's my truth when I know spirit and truth is my Father. And that's the only truth that exists on this face of this earth is his truth, not yours, not theirs. People took the positions out of the body of Hamashiach. This is the church. This is the saints. They took the positions out of the body and claimed it among Satan as Satan's seed. So this is why you see so many churches and pastors and bishops, Maureen, seers, watchmen. You see a lot of priests. You see a whole bunch of pastors. And they are the lower one on the totem pole as the calling of the administrative position. Let me say that example. How did you know where there's an error in life as we know it? As we know it. It's not the true life, but as we know it. So we know the fake life. when you see these administrative positions and they was called out in order: apostle, prophet, evangelist, pastor, and teacher. I think that's how it was called out. How did the pastor override the apostle? How did the pastor override the prophet? That's what's in all these churches. How is it the pastors are overriding the ones that y'all sent out here as the prophets? How are they overriding the apostles? Did you see that in time past when there was apostles? Did they come over to override? That's why they're now claiming, and I ain't saying now, they did this back in the days, not too long ago, say less than 25 years ago. They began to say, okay, if I'm a pastor, now I'm a claim to be an apostle and a prophet. And that keeps the power from stepping on top of their head, because they knew there was a chain of command. And they did not want to follow the chain of command where? In the body of Hamashiach. See, y'all just missed it. Y'all thought the body of Hamashiach is the Hebrew Israelites, the tribe of Judah, or the Catholic churches, the bishop of the Baptist churches, the Jehovah's Witnesses. Everybody claiming all these chain of commandments. It's only been one. And it's the order that's under the head. The head is Christ. This is the body. We are the body. We're down here. We're the saints and we're the church. And this is the head. It carries the power. It rules this body. So what they did, they imitated the body, the church, and the position, the gifts, the callings that was for the body of Hamashiach. They went outside of it and they mimicked it. And the body of Hamashiach is sitting here looking stupid because they haven't accepted the power that rests over them. See, you had a head. Go back to your book. It tells you the head over the body is Christ. He didn't say the head over man. These are things that man, which is the Roman Catholic men, has put ahead to make them, that. But why is it in glory? It's different. Glory don't see no he and she. Glory don't see no white and black. Glory don't see no nationality. He sees what he sees based on what he called in heaven in the order in which he has called it. And it has nothing to do with your color. It has nothing to do with that. But no, that's the way they can teach y'all. That's the only way they can get y'all to go on their side, stick with them, and be what they say, and do it the way they want to do it. And this is the way they're going to keep it. It's too late. It's over. So now, today, September the 1st or 2nd, I'm in fully understanding why. I now understand why things are going according. Is because now I see the order of Yah. When he said to me 2 years ago, it's finished, Deborah, it's over. I can see the finished work. As a prophet is in the wilderness, I can see the finished work from the wilderness level. I can see it. It's finished. It is. Because now I'm seeing the walking dead. That means those who are already going to hell. That's why I'm hooping and hollering. But they doing this. They're doing this. Father, you see this. They can't do this. This is wrong. But Deborah, they are dead. What are you talking about? They already dead. I told you my judgment is coming to the earth. And it's coming with fire. Don't you see fire on the earth? The walking dead. Yeah, they doing stuff and they don't have no conscience, no feelings, no emotion. They dead, Deborah. When the dead gonna be caught up in the living? See, it all makes sense in the what? Spirit and truth realm. It all comes together and makes sense. And as time go on, I'm starting to really embrace the fact that I did not come firm on the fact that it's over. And I'm going to teach another message after the one I'm going to teach about the walking dead. Why these things are happening today at 7 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to cover this walking dead so you can understand it's not the zombies, y'all. That's television. That's natural. They're calling the people down on Cleveland and all the other states in this country. They calling those people the zombies and the walking dead. Baby, let me tell you something. Those people that you see that, Did you know your system had something to do with them being out there like that? Do you see all those Gentiles out there strung out? And they showing now all the pictures when years ago they would only show blacks, but now they don't care. It's because this is a part of showing you how they destroying the people from the inside. See, Babylon is not going to be destroyed from the outside. Praise the mother. It was a reason why he said that it was going to be the habitation of devils. He was letting you know that the countries were bringing devils into this country. Unclean birds. He was trying to get y'all to see it in a spiritual realm, but you can't see it in the spiritual realm unless he that is spirit and truth tell it to you, to reveal it, and then your spirit say, oh wow, there it is right here. That is true. Here it is right here. Revelation 18. He's telling you this is going to be a habitation of devils. Because I think my personal opinion, Africa is the next one after this country. Y'all didn't know that, did you? Because melanated skin is a threat to the world, period. And Africa has always been a country that practiced a lot of Satanism and witchcraft and voodoo. I believe they are one of the main countries on the earth that practice a lot of evil and wicked. They want you to think that Yah's people are so loaded over there when it's Yah didn't tell you that. Yah didn't tell you his people is majority over there. People still eat out of the rectum of the flesh of men and women. Get out of their rectum, because they're teaching you what? The stank and the trash that's in their rectum. Get out of it. You got to stick with the Ruach HaKodesh teaching from within. If he said the four corners, we have to understand the four corners is where he's going to take his. He's not going to say the majority of them over in Africa. He's not going to tell you that. So why are our monkey mouths saying it? Why are we making it out of what he already said? I heard Yeshua himself tell you he's coming to the angels going to go to the four corners. Why is it we got to say Africa is this and Africa is this and Africa is this? We got to give them more glory than they are entitled, because Africa has done a lot of things to Israel and the tribe of Judah. A whole lot of things. And we sitting here thinking it's okay to make them put them on pedestals. This is the mind. This is why he said, them are not my thoughts, Deborah. That's their thoughts. Them are not my ways. That's their ways. That's why he said your thoughts is not his thoughts. Your ways are not his ways, because you ain't coming from the inner man where he dwells. You see, with his thoughts and with his ways. No, y'all don't want to do that. Y'all want to have your own separate thoughts and your own separate ways and call them the Most High God. Use a lie from a hell hole called the lake of fire, where you going to end up. You see, that's how they want to teach y'all, because they've been teaching y'all for so many years. You will listen to anything they say. You're looking at the numbers they got, the likes they got, the subscribers, and most and foremost, everybody look at the praise and don't even understand the gate that leads to broad is where they stay, where they reside, where they teach from. So it ain't like they're in the narrow gate going anything righteous. They're not teaching you spirit and truth. Yah has not ever given someone years of visions and dreams. For what? The prophecy has been written. The Holy Spirit gives you and feeds you daily. He ain't got time for you to pull up a year's information that you was revealed in such a midnight hour as this. Because today holds its own test and trial, separate from yesterday. But the day today is just a product of yesterday that was hidden in the dark. But it don't need what was taught 100 years ago, or a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5, 10 years ago for you to bring into the prophecy of today. If we stick to the will of the Father in his way and what he has prophesied, when the Ruach in us start teaching us, then we'll say, oh, that's what this kind of says right here. Oh, now it makes sense. Because now you up under the rock and you listen to him teach you what's what. Because if you sit up under the ruach and don't have an ear to hear, then you don't have the ruach. You have your own ear to hear, your own ears. And that's what's going on. They're using their own natural ears to hear, their own natural eyes to see, and they living off of that, and they dying off of that. But this thing don't come by your hearing and your ears. It comes by an eye that see and one ear that hear. That's the Holy Spirit. They don't want that either. So I, Sister Deborah, want to let you know I will be back 7 p.m. Central Time, and I will cover the Walking Dead and who the Walking Dead is. And the thing about what I'm going to cover is, again, the greatest enemy today is righteousness. That means people are going to go after those who's teaching and preaching righteousness, because now they are aware that they are the seed of the serpent. They are aware that they are of the body. I mean, the born of the flesh. And now they just want to take down anything spirit and truth. So when you go up into Matthew 24, telling you about all this stuff that's going to be going on, nation against nations and kingdom against kingdom, it's because of people who never had truth but told you their truth. And that's what's going on. Everybody taking heed to their people's truth, and they don't have truth, baby. Only one truth, and that's spirit and truth. Sister Deborah don't have truth. You don't have truth. The only truth that rests on this earth is spirit and truth, and that is the Most High Yah spirit that holds all of that. The true church is the body, and we are the body of Hamashiach, which is the true church, Christ. We're under here. Christ is the power of the Father's right hand as well. So that's showing you we are sealed. So if you have not recognized, if you are in the body, if you are a part of the saints, what they do is they step out of the true body and they claim the body of the world, the church of the world, the saints of the world. And they don't understand that in the body, it's not the body of Christ is different than the church of the world and the saints of the world. And that's where the confusion is at, because people never recognize that the body of Hamashiach is when Christ, the Father's right hand, is the power, is the head over those that's in the church and are the saints. We are down here. We have to understand we have the tools to work, y'all. We have the mission in us. You see, there are some that have came out of the body and have strung away. They're going to make it back before the body is taken up. You see, they're going to make it back. But it ain't going to be the type of back is I'm out here and I know it's wrong. I'm going to stand out here until all is finished and I'm run back. No, it's not that type, because they are breeded from the inside. They are branded for the namesake of the Father. They are branded with righteousness, belief, faith, and fear. It's brand in them already. So don't think the Father didn't know who the body was. Oh, baby, that's what the church wants, the fake church. These people on these devil platforms, these people in these synagogues, these churches, and these temples, they want you to think that they are the true church. They are the true church, but they're the church of Satan's seed. They are the church of the flesh. They are born of the flesh to conduct themselves like they are the church. No, those that's under the body, the head, which is Christ, those that underneath there is the true church. And that's why people can't find their way. They don't have the light to find their way back to the body of Hamashiach, because they turn themselves fully over to those who are reprobated. And they get caught out there. And that's where they're going to continue to remain. Yah is not one that really, he don't have the humor to play with you. He don't. I learned of him like that. And I sit there and I said, but Yeshua, Hamashiach, the Messiah, he came the same way. He didn't come playing with you. You don't hear nothing in nobody's book saying he had a humor to play with you. He didn't come laughing and joking. He came just as Deborah is, sincere, with the power and the boldness of speaking, not grinning and playing, not joking, because this thing is serious. This is the war that's taking place. and you are waiting for the bomb and Russia and China. There is a war within a war right now as I speak. Right now. And yes, Satan's seed got the victory right now because Yah has signed them over to have it in the days of evil. He signed them over to have dominion in the days of evil. And the only way you are able to embrace that they have dominion in this day and time is when I'm speaking to you, spirit and truth, trying to get you to see how to stay in the realm of the spirit. Accept the fact that, okay, maybe I am branded already in my forehead. So I'm not going to be taken over by this. See, these things are called faith. Faith is a substance of things unseen. You can't see the brand, but you believe. See, people didn't know the faith is a brand that Yah put in you to believe. Not the natural belief, y'all. That's why people put everything in the category of the natural belief. Oh, I can believe, I can believe. You do not claim to believe based on what you say. It's what you do. How you live. That's the faith. The spiritual faith of God that's been branded in his. Sister Deborah don't have to walk out here and trying to be holy than thou. She don't have to look the role. She don't have to act the role. She don't have to do anything because something is so greater in me than what you see in this world. What I do, like yesterday, I went out early yesterday, and I walked into a Walmart, and people were looking at me like they saw a ghost. They were looking at me like they saw a ghost. Not only did they look at me like they saw a ghost, their gesture, the way they communed, the way they spoke to me, I knew then that they saw the spirit on me. And it wasn't that their flesh saw the spirit, their spirit saw the spirit. The Father say, it's not you they see, it's me they see. Praise the mighty God. When you put your flesh down and let the spirit of Father rise to get the glory and the honor and the credit, then you have learned to be submissive under the Creator's will and to all of his will. You see? So it happened to me in several places that I went yesterday. And it's not shocking to me and strange because I experience that all the time. And the way the people address me, you know they see something beyond this flesh. They know, you know they see it. So my response to them is so humble and quiet spoken with a smile because I'm representing the Father. They see him in me. I got to make sure that they see my outer man as well, matching what they see in me. Praise the mighty God. These people don't look at my dress code. They look me eye to eye. The eyes tells many things, y'all. The eyes tells the whole overall. You see? And it is a key to it. The eyes. So I say unto you all, Sister Deborah, when you want me to be or who you want me to be in your flesh, I am spirit and I am truth. And I come today to tell you what the Father told me this morning. The greatest enemy today is righteousness. So if you think you're going to be able to stand on righteous and the walking dead is going to see your righteousness, no. They're not going to see your righteousness. They're not going to respect your righteousness. They're not going to recognize your righteousness because they are already dead. You see? But you know, hold firm to the righteousness of the Most High Yah. That is the greatest enemy to the world because that righteous don't play. So I, Sister Deborah, I hope each and every last one of you all got something out of this because I did. Even when I spoke it, I learned. I'm taught. So tonight I'm going to teach an awesome message about the zombies so that you all can step in the real truth of the whole matter of the zombies, the dead. Okay. And I'm going to try to have clips to show you exactly what I'm speaking about, so you can get into the spiritual realm of what this sister is saying, because I want to take you beyond a place you never gone before, so you can understand what the zombies and the walking dead of the movie represent in the biblical prophecies. Okay. Because a lot of people thinking that it's what you see and believe. No, it's not that. The walking dead are those that already dead. The serpent seeds that's already dead going to look. Let me show you an example. You see Satan? Have he stopped? Even though he know he going to hell, you see him stop? You see, that's how the walking dead is. They're not going to stop doing the things that they're doing that's darkness, wicked, and evil. But the world, those that's on YouTube, the fake prophets, the fake prophetess, these fake pastors and these fake apostles and teachers, all of them. He said, cry loud, spare not, blow the trumpet. I'm telling y'all spirit and truth. They teaching y'all a bunch of fleshly images, fleshly understanding. Tonight, I come to bring you the truth of the walking dead. So I, Sister Deborah, hope you got something out of it, and I will be back. Shalom and shalom.